Hello and welcome back, biologist. In this screencast, we'll cover the first part of Chapter 2. Chapter 2 covers the chemistry and the molecules of life. Everything in the universe is made of matter. Matter is made of atoms. Atoms combine to make the molecules that make up the cells, that make up the tissues, that make up living things. NASA has been looking for the molecules of life on Mars to see if the planet could support life or might have supported life in the past. NASA's Mars Curiosity rover landed in the Gale crater of Mars in August of 2012. Curiosity found that early Mars could have supported life. It found traces of organic molecules preserved in rock layers 3.5 billion years old. Later, in 2021, the Mars Perseverance rover landed on the planet to explore the Jezero crater and seek signs of ancient life. It collected samples of rock and soil for possible return to Earth. As we embark on our study of biology, we need to understand what makes something living. There are 5 functional traits that all living things have. First, all living things grow or increase in size over time. Unicellular or one-celled organisms will increase in size before they reproduce. Multicellular organisms like us will increase in size and number of cells. This slide shows a mother giraffe and its calf. A baby giraffe is 6 feet tall at birth and will grow to be 14 to 18 feet tall. A baby giraffe will weigh 150 pounds and will grow to weigh up to 4,200 pounds. These photos show the growth and development of the human fetus over time. The second functional trait that all living things have in common is the ability to reproduce. Reproduction is the process of producing new organisms. Without reproduction, a species would go extinct. This is a photo of 2 Basenji dog puppies. Basenjis are one of the world's oldest dog breeds, and another fun fact is that they don't bark. Thirdly, all organisms must maintain a stable internal environment regardless of what's going on around them. This is called homeostasis. Homeo means stable, stasis means state, and all living things must maintain homeostasis or risk death. These are wild monkeys bathing in a natural hot spring in the Jigokudani Monkey Park in Japan. These warm-blooded animals use the warm water to maintain their internal body temperature. All living things can sense and respond to stimuli. They can react to the things that are going on in their environment. A couple examples of this are plants that will grow towards sunlight or prey animals running away from their predators. All living things also have the ability to obtain and use energy. Energy allows living things to do work and live. They get their energy from the sun or from the food that they eat. Energy powers all of the chemical reactions that take place within a living thing. This is what we call metabolism, and this is what we mean when we say that someone has a fast or a slow metabolism. As I mentioned earlier, everything in the universe is made up of matter. Matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. All matter is made up of elements. Elements are substances that cannot be broken down into anything else. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and chlorine are all examples of elements. The elements are all listed on the periodic table of elements. Elements are made up of atoms. Atoms differ in the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons they have. These subatomic particles determine the chemical properties of any given atom or element. The dense core of an atom is called the nucleus. The nucleus makes up less than 0.1% of the volume of an atom, but makes up 99.9% of the mass of an atom. Protons are found inside the nucleus. These subatomic particles are positively charged. Neutrons are also found in the nucleus. Neutrons have no charge. Electrons are found outside the nucleus and have a negative electrical charge. Electrons orbit the nucleus and are so light that their mass is considered negligible. We can use the periodic table to determine the atomic number and atomic mass of an element. The atomic number is simply the number of protons in an atom of any given element. The atomic mass is the total number of protons and neutrons in an atom. The periodic table will tell you that carbon has an atomic number of 6, or 6 protons, and that it has an atomic mass of 12.011, or an average of 12.011 protons and neutrons. Atoms can differ in the number of neutrons that they have. Atoms with different numbers of neutrons are called isotopes. All life on Earth, including ourselves, are considered carbon-based life forms. Carbon is the 4th most common element in the universe and the 2nd most common element in the human body. In addition to carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus are the 6 most common elements in the human body. This graph shows the most common elements in the human body and their percentages relative to body weight. Memorizing CHNOPS, or simply CHNOPS, is an easy way to remember the most common elements in the human body. A trick to help you remember something like this is called a mnemonic. Carbon is a key component in the molecules found in living things. This is because carbon is a very versatile element. It can form multiple covalent bonds. Remember that covalent bonds are bonds where 2 atoms share electrons. Carbon can form single, double, and even triple bonds. When 2 atoms share electrons and form covalent bonds, the product is called a molecule. Carbon can form up to 4 covalent bonds with other atoms. Molecules that contain a carbon backbone and at least 1 carbon-hydrogen bond are called organic molecules. Glucose, for example, is the main sugar in your blood and your body's primary source of energy. Because it has a carbon backbone and at least 1 CH bond, glucose is considered an organic molecule. Inorganic molecules are either lacking a carbon backbone, at least 1 CH bond, or both. Carbon dioxide, for example, has the carbon backbone, but it doesn't have at least 1 CH bond. It is therefore considered an inorganic molecule. The molecules at the top here are considered organic molecules. The molecules at the bottom are inorganic molecules. Remember that to be an organic molecule, you need both the carbon backbone and at least 1 CH bond.